Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone is well. So I'm going to continue from where the last time I left it. So the last time I solved number 1. I'll now focus on number 2 and number 3 in this video. So number 2 says this is the topic of straight line in geometry, straight line and coordinates. So it says a straight line L passes through the point with coordinates. These are the coordinates 4, 7 and is perpendicular to the line with equation y equal twice x plus 3. Now you have to find the equation of the straight line L. So if I go to the notebook from the last time where I left, so I'm going to start from here. So it says a straight line L passes through the point with coordinates 4, 7. Let's say, let me draw, use the pen tool. Let's say this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So it says a line, straight line L passes through the point with coordinates 4, 7. Let's say 4, 7 is something like this. 4, 7. And is perpendicular to the line with equation y equals twice x plus 3. So the equation y equals twice x plus 3, this equation has this is a line L. The line L passes through the line with equation is perpendicular to this equation. So this equation, it has a slope of what? 2, right? Y equals mx plus c. M is 2 here. So let's say the line is something like this. Okay, so this is, let's say, the equation of y equals twice x plus 3. So if this is the equation of y equals twice x plus 3, the line would be perpendicular. So I can draw a line something like this, where this is 90 degree. This is the straight line L that we have to figure out. So we have to find the equation of straight line L. So I did a rough drawing. So of course it's a rough calculation, but you understand the topic, which is this line y equals twice x plus 3 will be perpendicular to L, the line L. So I have to find the equation of line L. So it goes through this point. Let's say this point is x, or P. Let's say this point is P. So it has the coordinate of 4, 7 and it's perpendicular. So we know that if a line is perpendicular to another line, then the slopes of two of these lines, the multiplication of these slopes would be -1. So this has a slope of what? 2. So this line has a slope of 2 multiplied by this line's slope. Let's say this line's slope is m, right? And this line and this line are perpendicular to each other. So their slopes multiplication would be what? -1. Or m would be what? -half. So we know the slope of the line L, m, would be -half. So if the slope of, we know the slope, and we know this, this L passes through this point 4, 7, which we identified as P. So we can write with the standard equation y equals -half x plus a constant c. Now we know that 4, 7, L passes through the point 4, 7. So if we use the coordinates of x and y, 4, 7, so we can write y is 7, right? Because the y portion, and the x portion would be minus half multiplied by 4 plus c. So this would be what? C is, if we take the minus 2 here, it would be 2 plus 7, which is 9. So the equation of L is y equals minus half x plus 9. This is the equation of L. This is what the equation of L is. So we have solved number 2. So now if we go to number 3, it says a straight line passes through the points 0, 5 and 3, 17. We have to find the equation of the straight line. So if I go back to the notebook and draw another one, let's say this is the graph. This is x axis and this is y axis. So a straight line passes through the points 0, 5 and 3, 7. So let's say 0, 5 is something like this. 0, 5 and 3, 7 is something like this. Let's say this 3, 7. So the straight line passes through these points. So a straight line passes through the points 0, 5 and 3, 7. So find the equation of the straight line. So we know 2 points, so we can find the slope. What is the slope? If we draw an imaginary line here and draw a perpendicular imaginary here, so what would be the slope? If we use it as theta, and the slope of this line, let's say, is m, it would be what? 7 minus 5. The minus of this is 7, this is 7 and this is 5, so this is what? 2, right? So 7 minus 5, the difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates, which is 3 minus 0. So this is what? 2 by 3. This is the slope. This is the slope of this line. So we know the slope. Then the equation would be what? Y equals 2 by 3 x plus c. So now we have to find the value of c. Now we know that this line passes through both of these points, so we can use any of these point 0, 5 or 3, 7 to find the value of c. So let's use 0, 5. So if you use 0, 5, it has, because 0, 5 means that x would be 0 and y would be 5. So x term would no longer be there. So if you use 0, 5, let's say 5 equals 2 by 3 x is what? 0. So use the eraser and use 0 plus c. So this term would be 0. So c would be what? 5. So the equation would be what? 2 by 3 x plus 5. So the equation is y equals 2 by 3 x plus 5. So this is the equation of the third one, which is the equation of the straight line. So I hope you understand how I went through this. So in the number 2 question, we are given 1 point which is 47, 1 point which is 47, and a line which is perpendicular to the one we have to figure out, L. So if the line is perpendicular to the one we want to figure out, then their slopes multiplication would be -1, right? So we use that formula which we discussed in the earlier video, in the previous video. So we know one slope because the equation is given, the slope is 2, and we have to figure out another slope, the of L. So their multiplication is -1, so we figure out the value of the slope of L. So we knew the slope of L. Now we knew this point, that this L line went through, straight line. So we use the value of x and y to figure out C, and we figure out the equation, which is y equal -12 x plus 9. And for the second question, in the second question, we are given 2 points. We have to find the equation of the straight line. So we are given 2 points. So we found the value of slope, which is the difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates, which is a formula. So, and we figure out this because we can clearly see the difference is 7 minus 5, which is the difference of y coordinates divided by the difference of x coordinates. So we found the value of m, which is the slope, and we knew that the line that we want to figure out went through these 2 points. So we used 1 point to figure out the value of C, and we found the full equation, which is this: y equals 2 by 3x plus 5. So I hope you understand how I went through the process of finding slopes and using points to find the equation of straight line in both occasions. So thank you for watching this video.